So, we have just finished the 17 Secrets to the Male and Female Psychology. And as you've gone through this and you've listened to it, and it's been an hour long, there are a variety of emotions that you may be experiencing. Some of these 17 secrets may seem wrong from your perspective, and probably because you're looking at the other sex as being wrong or demanding or unreasonable or that it's a lot of work. I want to remind you again that the more deeply we sacrifice, the more deeply we love. I also want to remind you that the feelings and needs of the other person are valid and important, and that neither sex is wrong for the way that they feel. That a man, there's a lot of things that men can do wrong from a woman's perspective, and there's a lot of ways in which we can feel unsafe in a relationship, or we can criticize, or we can feel like a guy is wrong when really it's just natural for his male psychology. He's not in the wrong just because he sees it so differently. And so it's important that when we realize all of the sacrifices that we really are asking, all of the self control, all of the honesty, all of the kindness, the love, the affection, the sacrifice that we're really asking as women in relationships, what is he wanting in return? He's wanting our love and our affection. He's wanting our touch and kind words and our faith and trust in him. He wants to feel like a success when he's with us. He wants to know that his sacrifices make a difference, and most importantly, that his sacrifices make us happy. When we get into a mode of thinking that we are right and he is wrong, we really become ineffective. We've got to remember to stop thinking about being right, and we need to focus on being effective. And when we focus in on being right, we start to feel like innocent victims, and we start to criticize and complain to our friends, and we start putting walls up, and we start seeing him as wrong, and we start thinking that we are so right. On the flip side, men, when you're thinking about women and maybe the way that they're handling situations and you feel like it's not fair or they're confusing, or you're feeling a sense of innocent victimization that women shouldn't be so hard and it should be easier and they shouldn't expect and demand so much, and why do they have to be so negative? When you're doing that, I hope that this hour of talking about the 17 secrets will remind you that, she's so much happier when she feels safe and secure, and that there's an underlying fear and an underlying need that isn't being met. And chances are, if you're with someone who has empathy, if you express your feelings and needs and you pursue her and you stay emotionally engaged, and you just hang in there and continue to be available, responsive, and emotionally engaged with her, if you will do that, chances are she'll be so much happier and so much more loving, and you'll feel more like a success, and you'll feel that affection and that love and adoration back from her. If she doesn't have empathy, if she's not willing to take personal responsibility, yes, all of your love and sacrifice and efforts may not make enough of a difference. I'm sorry for that situation. Two-thirds of men and women have empathy, self control, and personal responsibility on varying degrees, but they have enough of it and they can be worked with. We're all imperfect and we're flawed, but we all do better when we're loved and we're accepted and our needs are being met. And so, unfortunately, there are some men and women who are listening to this who are in a relationship with someone who doesn't have empathy. And the things that I've described here may not work with them. I mean, it'll work temporarily and it'll make the other person happier with you. But the reality is, their behaviors may not change just because you've changed your behaviors. I hope that that's not the case. But I've got all this information in my relationship package and in my materials, and I have so much to share with you. And there's a way that you can sort out those gems of relationships from the ones that are so disastrous. But don't give up until you've expressed your feelings, needs, and opinions. Keep hanging in there. Use these 17 secrets to really test your relationship, to see that if you nurture it and you invest in the needs of the other person and you listen to them and you validate them and you resist that feeling that you're the innocent victim and instead you stay emotionally engaged, test it and see if you get what you're looking for in return. And if you don't, at least you will have known that you used a lot of really great and healthy behaviors, and those behaviors will serve you well in another relationship if that's what it's going to take. But at least you will have obtained those skills. So I hope that this has been helpful. Again, I have a lot of information to share with you. This audio has been mostly directed towards people who are in stage 2 through 5 of the dating process. So please know I have very specific advice about the 17 secrets as it relates to how you approach a woman. How do you handle rejection well? How do you, as a woman, touch him, talk to him, interact with him in a way that gets him to be excited about calling you, wanting your number, asking for your number, calling you and working through those texting, emails, online dating, the too nice trap, the just friends good for now trap, all of those traps that we can get caught in, and the texting and hanging out traps. All of that is available in everything that I teach. My books, audios, DVDs, the Lasting Love Academy. When you get the full kit, you get everything. So anyway, there's a ton of information. And because you've listened to this, of course, I want you to have a discount as well. So you've got lots of ways that you can benefit from the investment that you've made in listening to this. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I look forward to helping you. Bye-bye.